Hey everyone, hope you all are having a groovy day. Today I am going to show you how to use your smartphone to do research on eBay. And then we're going to take it a step further. We're going to jump onto the desktop and we're going to go into Terapeak and do a little bit more in-depth research on the item to decide how much we're going to charge for the item, how much we're going to charge for shipping. So let's get started and let's dive into how I go about this process. I ran across a really unique item when I was going through storage unit 65 the other day. I did some research on my phone, and sometimes when we're researching on our phone, we don't really get good results, right? Because sometimes it's a very unique item. But this item, I'm going to show it to you right now. This item is kind of kooky. It's a Dracula bank, and it's actually a magic trick. And it was produced by a company called Tenyo, and these are actually collectible. And who would have known that this was collectible? Let me take it out of the box and show you because it's quite unique. And so here it is. Sorry, that was the back of it. So here's the front of it. So basically what you do is it opens up and there's a little slot here and you put a coin in and you push it down. Voila! And you push it up and it's gone. There's no coin. It's everywhere. It's gone. And Dracula disappears. You know, it's pretty cheesy. It goes into the bottom of the box right here. Anyway, so it looks really cheesy to me. It looked like something you get from the dollar store, right? And because I've been selling on eBay for a really long time, 17, probably almost 18 years now. And I would have put that if I didn't research it, which is my number one rule, that you always research. If you are not absolutely sure something is worthless and needs to be thrown to your garage sale pile, you research it. So I went and I pulled out my phone and I did some research. So let me show you that research right now that I did on my phone.
So when I'm out and about in storage units and in my garage or away from my desktop, I like to be able to research items just to check to see, am I going to sell this item or am I not going to sell this item? And so this Dracula bank that I found in the storage unit the other day made me go, So let's take a look and let's search for this Dracula bank on my phone. So we're going to type in Dracula bank, and there it is. I've searched for it before, so I'm just going to click on it for some time saving. It comes up with two results, and they're both from Japan. One's $28.99 and one's for $105, both plus shipping. So if I go into filter and I sort by sold and I search, you're going to see I got no exact matches down here. And so, yep, no exact matches. So that made me kind of go, this is a great example of when you research something on your phone, you're getting some, you're seeing some show up on the unsolds. You're not seeing anything on the sold. So at first thought, you might think this isn't really worth anything, but that they were trying to sell this item for over $100 made me think, hey, when I get home, I'm going to check it on my desktop.
Okay, so I decided that I needed to look it up in Terapeak. So I'm going to jump into my Seller Hub and we're going to go into Terapeak and see what I found out. And if you are not familiar with Terapeak, I'll take a little time and you can take a look at Terapeak. It's wonderful. It is actually a free product for anybody who sells on eBay. Take advantage of it. So here we are in my Seller Hub, and I'm going to go click on the research tab. So I'm in there and I'm going to type in Dracula bank. And it's made by a company called Tenyo. And let's do the research and see if any of these items have sold in the last year. And voila, look at that. In the last year, there have 9 of these banks sold. The average selling price was $80. And it looks like everybody charged for shipping. So we can see that if we want to resort this, the last one sold on November the 1st, 2022. There are 2 actively listed. And what's really nice about Terapeak, not only does it show you sold, so it will default to sold. However, if none have sold for your search, when you're researching something, it might drop you into active, but normally it drops you into the sold arena. But if you want to see what's active, there's the two that are active that we saw when I did my research on my phone. And both of these, I know I've already looked at them. They're both coming out of Japan. And they started September 16th and September 26th. And when we went back here and we looked in Terapeak on the sold ones, the last one sold November the 1st. So, and the last one sold for $55. And that's kind of why I'm pricing mine a little bit lower. Mine is from the US, so maybe that's why those haven't sold, because they're coming all the way from Japan. Who knows? But we're going to price ours a little bit more reasonable, kind of in between the two, right? Okay, so I can't do a sell similar on any of these. And so if we want to, we can go to active. This will save some steps. I'm going to click on this one because I'm going to show you what I do. So when I do, what happened to me back in the day, what I used to do and what a lot of people do is they go and they do the research on the phone. They're in the thrift store, they're wherever, and they look up something and they're like, wow, this is going to be worth $50. I'm going to get it for $5. I'm super excited. Yeah, they put it in the cart. And then they go on and they research something else. But what I realized, how ridiculous is that? Because it just ends up in your death pile. So what I'm going to do is I clicked on, we were just in Terapeak. I clicked on this one right here. And I'm just going to do a sell now. Because what I want to do is I want to create a draft. And that draft is a placeholder for me, because I go through my drafts daily and I look to see, okay, what's out there. If it doesn't have a SKU in my drafts, then I know that I haven't finished the draft. I need to finish the draft, clean the item, and put it in the photo room for Shannon to take pictures of. So I'm in here. I'm not going to worry too much about my title, although the title is fine. I don't have a SKU yet. And really, all I'm really looking to do right now is I want to put in the price, because that's a second thing that happens. Not only do we buy stuff and put it in a death pile for later, we've done the research, we know it's a good item, it sits in that death pile, we forget how much to price the item for. So what do we have to do? We're doing the research again. That was the insanity that I kept doing, and I kept wasting so much time on. So get in the habit. So hard to start a habit. And if you're just starting on eBay, start the habit now and it won't be a big deal. But for me, changing was huge. So anyway, so I'm going to price this one at $79.99, and I'm going to auto accept $64.99. And the next thing I want to, I've already researched how much people are charging for shipping. I think it's fair to charge $10 on this one. And I can hit the promoted. I want to promote listings. I promote everything, people. Every video, I think I talk about this. So you guys should be used to it by now. So I promote everything. Now you can change this. So if 5.9 is intimidating to you, lower the price. And a lot of people would debate with me and say, you don't need to do the promoted listing, Susan, because there's only 2 listed. Why do you want to do that? Well, maybe it'll get me out there in that Google search, and people will click on it in Google and they'll come to eBay and they'll come to my listing specifically. Okay, so we got that done. And then we're going to do is we're just going to save it for later. So later, when I go back into my drafts, which are under listings, under drafts, when I go back into my drafts, I'm going to see I don't have my SKU set up. That is actually my signal that I haven't finished this listing. And I need to finish this listing, give it a SKU, and then go and I check the item, make sure it's clean. I give it a number, and then it goes into the photo room where the pictures are taken. And then after that, that's when we push the listings out. And I'm not the fastest lister in the whole world. I am trying to get better. So hopefully as these videos go along, I'll come up with some better ideas. So that's basically it. So that's how I get my item from that storage unit, from that garage sale, from when I'm doing my original research, and I look at it and I go, either 1, I decide and I create that draft right there from my phone, or 2, I need to do some more research from the desktop or a laptop or whatever it is. And then I want to do that research and decide, do I really, is this really a good item to sell? Is it going to sell quick enough for me, for how I've decided to run my business? Is it got a good sell-through rate? What's a good price? There's so many things that you have to look at. And so the more you list, the more things that you see, the more knowledge that you gain, the better you get at this business and the more fun it is. Because honestly, I just think it's a hoot that I'm going to list this plastic magic bank, whatever it is thing, and somebody's going to buy it. I'm telling you, people, somebody's going to buy it. You just never know what you're going to find. Well, that's a wrap for today. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you learned something new. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. And as always, I hope you have a groovy day. We'll catch you on the next video.